The hammer of the week is looking to continue the streak at UFC Baku this weekend. And the bet I have for you today will be hated by the public. And that's exactly why we love it. Welcome to Lucrative Hammer of the Week. What's going on, lads? Welcome back to Hammer of the Week, where I tell you the best betting spot on the entire fight card. This weekend, we are in Baku, Azerbaijan, as Rafael Fiziev takes on Manuel Torres in a great main event of the evening. We may be talking about that main event in this video. The fight card is actually a low-key banger. It has Asu Almabayev versus Charles Johnson. Abdul Rahman Yakyayev is coming back, taking on Julius Juicebox Walker. We got Shara Bullet, the one-eyed man. Shara Magomedov taking on Michelle Pereira. That is a semi-striker's delight, so it should be fun, boys. But as you know, if you've been watching this series for a long time, this video, Hammer of the Week, is a weekly YouTube video that I make every single week. And in this video, we only speak about one fight. We only speak about one bet and a couple of prop bets that we add on, but we don't go through the entire fight card. My full card breakdown is already out on my YouTube channel right now. You can watch that if you want, but we're only going to be speaking about one fight, the fight that matters, the bet that matters, the bet that is going to get us paid this week. Before we get into the bet and I tell you about it, please give me a little like, give me a subscribe, give me a love comment down below, give me a hate comment down below, give me some engagement, make the YouTube algorithm work. And we'll get into the video, man. So if you don't know, the Hammer of the Week is where I tell you the best betting spot on the entire weekend, or just a random bet that I want to give out. I'm giving out underdogs sometimes here. I'm giving out -110, so it's not my safest pick. I know it does say my safest bet in the title. Sorry about that. It's actually not the safest bet, you know, because there's no -600s on this show. There are some -300s here and there, but I've actually got an underdog for you on this show. It's a slight underdog. We'll get into that in a minute. But please know, I don't want you staking all of your money on this bet that I'm about to give to you, because I don't do that myself. I make 15 plus bets every single weekend. And if you want all of my bets, you can get them by clicking the link in the bio. It's literally just one link down below. You can get every single bet that I personally place to earn an income from betting on sports, betting on MMA specifically. So don't go spending all your money on this free pick that I give you. However, it is a bet that I like. It's one of the many bets that I'm going to be placing this weekend. So last weekend, one of the many bets that I placed, and the bet that I gave you on Hammer of the Week, was Christian Rodriguez moneyline odds of -160. He made Haider Amil look like a very low-level fighter. So I was extremely happy with the Christian Rodriguez play there. Probably one of the better Hammer of the Weeks in our entire history. So that was a great cash. We also hit one ladder, which was Christian Rodriguez submission or decision. And it was kind of annoying because after I made this video, I actually gave out Christian Rodriguez via submission, which I didn't give out on the video last week, but I gave it out to all of my Elite Zone members. So everybody who signs up to my private betting service got Christian Rodriguez via submission. We played that as a long shot in the long shot prop section at +425 odds, and it cashed. And I'll often do that, boys. Like, I will change up my thought process as we get closer to fight night. So on the show, I thought Christian Rodriguez would win via decision. But as we got closer to the fight, I thought there was a good chance he'd win by submission. And even though I was actually picking him via decision, still at fight time, I didn't give that bet out to my subscribers. I gave them the submission play in the long shot prop section. So we cashed massive on Christian Rodriguez money line. That was my favorite play. But then we also cashed on the submission prop as well. So like I said, make sure you hit the link in the bio if you want to get all of those bets. But yeah, last week was a good one, boys. And as I mentioned, my historic record, let's take a look at my historic record right now. So currently we have hit 30 Hammer of the Weeks overall. We've got 18 wins and 12 losses. So I need to add another shelf to the winning column because we're running out of space there. We have also hit 23 ladder rungs, hitting a -110 last week. The Hammer of the Week that we cashed before that, we hit a +450. We've hit +1400s there, +1400, +950s, +700. So honestly, the ladder rungs at 23 is kind of a crazy stat. You know, the Hammer of the Week at 18 and 12 is not the best stat. Honestly, that's not that great. But the entire Hammer of the Week show is doing fantastic at 23 ladder rungs hit with massive plus money hit. So, boys, the record that we have established over the 30 shows, I'm extremely proud of. I hope I have helped put money in your pocket. We've had downtrends, but we've had way more uptrends. So let's try and continue that, boys. We cashed last week. Let's try and cash again. And not only cash our Hammer of the Week play, but let's cash our ladder of the week as well. That is a section I'll be adding on later on in the show, where I give you some juicy plus money prop bets to add on to our main Hammer of the Week play. But first of all, join me in Baku, Azerbaijan for this week's Hammer of the Week. Back to good old Baku. This city is amazing. Surely I can find a banger hammer for this week's card around here somewhere.
Hey brother, I think I have something you might be looking for.
And there it is, lads. The hammer of the week this week is Rafael Fiziev at odds of -105. Let's effing go, lads. Let's get into it. I'm going to tell you exactly why I've chose Rafael Fiziev, and then I'm going to tell you some juicy plus money prop bets that we're going to add on to our Fiziev money line play. So first of all, Fiziev's the underdog at -105. He's not a plus money underdog, but I didn't mention earlier in the show that I've got an underdog. He is an underdog as we're speaking. He may move into plus money territory after I record this. Maybe there's money that comes back in on Fiziev. I don't know, but currently he is the -105 underdog. And honestly, boys, I think that's crazy. I don't know how you can make Fiziev the underdog here based on the historics and just based on the matchup overall. Look, I understand Manuel Torres is an absolute demon in round one. I understand Manuel Torres can absolutely smoke Rafael Fiziev in round one. I understand that Fiziev is a dangerous pick because he may just get iced in round one and the pick's going to look bad. The bet's going to look bad. But I am willing to make these type of bets where my opponent can get smoked in round one time and time again if I believe they have a massive advantage in round two and round three, and especially if I also believe they can get the early knockout as well. And that's really what the bet comes down to, boys. I think Fiziev is going to have a massive advantage if he goes into round two and round three, and the reason is because Fiziev is proven over 3 rounds. Not only that, Fiziev is proven to get knockouts in the championship rounds. Fiziev knocked out Rafael dos Anjos in round 4, post round 3 a couple of years ago, so he's proven to go late. Does he get tired? Yes, he throws a ton of volume, of course, but he's proven to go late. He just beat Ignacio Bahamondes, someone who smoked Manuel Torres, by the way, made him look clumsy on the feet. We'll get into that. He beat him over the 3-round distance easily, won round 3 in that fight against Bahamondes, who has good cardio himself. So Fiziev, in my opinion, way more likely to win in round 2 and round 3 or via decision, but also in round 1 itself, he could also win. Fiziev is a demon himself. Let's not forget, man, Fiziev has been to decision multiple times, but this guy's been fighting killer after killer after killer after killer. I cashed on Mauricio Ruffy at +140 against Fiziev last time out. I don't think it's a knock on him that he lost that fight. I picked him to lose the fight. I do not think Manuel Torres is on a level of someone like Mauricio Ruffy. I truly do not. And honestly, up until that knockout, that was a 50-50 fight. I watched it live with my own eyes in front of the cage. Front row, I watched that fight, and I had a bet on Mauricio Ruffy, and before the knockout, I thought, I don't know who's going to win this. This is 50-50. Please knock him out, Ruffy. Please catch him with a shot. And Ruffy's an elite fighter. He's much better than Manuel Torres, in my opinion. And touching on that Bahamondes fight with Manuel Torres, when Bahamondes fought Manuel Torres, Bahamondes made him look clumsy. He made him look like he didn't belong there on the feet. And Rafael Fiziev was winning the striking against Bahamondes. You can't do MMA math, but of course, there are aspects of MMA math that you can do. People always say, MMA math doesn't work. And then some people go contrary and say, actually, MMA math does work. Most of the time, this guy's going to beat this guy if they beat that guy. I think the answer, as usual, guys, is somewhere in the middle. Don't really believe the crazy hype, but don't believe the negativity either. It's usually in the middle, and that's the case here. So with MMA math, don't believe that MMA math works, but also don't believe the guys who say MMA math never works and there's nothing that you can draw from MMA math. You definitely can, right? And so what I mean by that is if a fighter has dominated a guy in the wrestling, and that fighter who got dominated in the wrestling dominated someone else in a wrestling with body lock takedowns, for example, the guy who dominated the other guy is probably going to be able to dominate both of them, right? That's usually how it works. And the fact that Ignacio Bahamondes was not only able to beat Manuel Torres on the feet, but drop him twice, pull back and counter him like it was an easy amateurish fight that he took, tells me that Rafael Fiziev is going to have success in the striking here. Can he get nuked early? Yes. Has it happened to him before? Yes. Has Gaethje put him on skates? Yes. Did he get knocked out by Ruffy? Yes. Did Mustafayev explode on him early? Pause in, I think it was his debut? Yes, but I just think Fiziev is the better striker here. I really do, man. So, not only can he win in round 2 and round 3, but he can win in round 1. So that's why I'm picking Fiziev in this fight. So that's our main hammer of the week, boys. But now I'm going to tell you some juicy plus money prop bets that we can add on to ladder our hammer. But first of all, I want you to comment your hammer of the week down below. And if you cash, I will shout you out in next week's episode. Quick shout out to everybody who cashed last week's hammer of the week. If your name is on the board right now, give yourself a little pat on the back. I'm going to give you a little clap as well. It's not hard. It's not easy to hit these hammer of the weeks, boys. So if your name is circulating now, shout out to you. It's not easy to hit hammer of the week, man. It's not easy to pick one random bet and then say, that bet's definitely going to cash. So congratulations. If your name is here, give yourself a pat on the back. But the work is not done. We have to come here every single week, put our nuts on the line, put our word on the line, and try and cash week in, week out. So comment your hammer of the week down below. If you cash, I'll shout you out on next week's episode. So lads, in just a second, I'm going to take a look at some prop bets to see if we can ladder our hammer. Some juicy plus money prop bets that I love hitting. But first of all, as I said earlier, please don't rely on this one bet to make or break your weekend, because I don't even do that myself. I am making way more bets than just the hammer itself. If you want all of my way more bets and you want to see every single bet I personally place, then you have to join my community. Boys, my MMA betting community is the best MMA betting community on the entire planet. And the reason I say that is not just because it sounds good or it sounds good for content or I'm trying to get you to sign up. The reason I say that specifically is because I have the data to back it up, right? And that's what most people don't have, because most cappers on the planet in all sports hide their losses, shout out their wins, and don't have a third party independently track record like myself. So based on the third party track record that I have tracked now for almost 7 years, boys, in November, it's going to be 7 years. I started in November 2019, right? So more than 6.5 years. And based on that track record, a $10,000 starting bankroll compounded through my model, through every bet that I've sent out to my community, would have generated $941,887. Yes, boys, that's real historical performance. It sounds crazy, 10K to basically $1 million. I know it sounds insane, and I know a lot of cappers talk a lot, but at the end of the day, boys, most of them are not tracked. You can verify all of this yourself by checking my track record. So that's the historical performance that this model has done, putting it by far at the top of any model, any betting service on the entire planet within MMA. That is historical performance. That's not a guarantee of results. There are uptrends, there are downtrends, but that's what the model has actually done, not what I'm saying it's gonna do. I'm not making no fancy claims like other people. I'm telling you real data, what the model has done, boys. That speaks for itself, so I'm not gonna continue. If you wanna get access to the model, want to get access to me, if you want to get access to all of my bets, the link is in the bio. It's sublaunch.com/lucrative MMA, and that's it, boys. I'm not even going to speak anymore because, like I said, the numbers do the talking. Let's now look at some prop bets to add on in my favorite section of the show, ladder the hammer. So, boys, our main moneyline play is Fiziev moneyline, right? -105. But I'm not going to be betting this guy via decision or submission. For the second rung of our ladder, we're going straight with Rafael Fiziev by KO, TKO, or disqualification. Basically, Fiziev by KO, boys. At odds of +140. These are the worst odds on the market. You can get better than this, but as I always say, I'm basically giving you the worst odds on the market, right? And for the third and final rung of our ladder, we're going to go with Rafael Fiziev to win in round 2 by KO at odds of +700. That will be an absolutely juicy feast if we can cash that one, lads. The ladders have been absolutely destroying since I first started this show. So it's the 31st episode, boys. We've made it all the way here. What better way to do it with a beautiful +700? But we'll see, boys. Time will tell. A couple of days and we will see if they cash this one. So, boys, like I said, if you want all of my bets, definitely don't rely on the hammer of the week. If you want all of my bets, the link is in the bio. Also, if you don't want to pay for bets, but you still want to see free bets from myself that I don't give out on my YouTube and other information about sports betting, how to make it in sports betting, etc., and deals and discounts and all of that type of stuff, you can join the Telegram, my free Telegram. The link is in the bio for that. If you do end up signing up for my community, boys, choose the lifetime or yearly option to get access to the Insider Elite Zone. In there, you get access to my group chat where loads of sharps are cashing. Boys, we have been destroying the World Cup. Shout out to all my boys in the Elite Zone. I'm not going to name names. They might not want names to be mentioned, but we have been killing the World Cup. It's great to watch the World Cup, send bets out, tail other people in there. So many sharp people in the elite zone, and you can get access to all of that by doing the yearly option. We don't let people on weekly or monthly join the group chat because we want to keep it a tight-knit community between people that are not just joining for a week, people that actually want to add value to the service over the long term, people that are not coming for a quick buck and hope to become a millionaire over a week, people that understand sports betting and want to be in it for long term. So that's why we do that. But that's it, boys. That is it for this week's Hammer of the Week. Let's cash another one like we did last week. Peace and love. Good luck.